Buddy, episode 11, Chazz is back. The hiatus is over. Do you smell football? All right, so if you like what you hear or see, click the subscribe button on the bottom right-hand corner. All right, well, we're going to, I'm going to tell you why 4 months went by, for my hiatus and why it was so long. All right, so first things first, back in March, I was actually a little sick. Probably you guys might have noticed I was coughing a little bit. YouTuber, what's up, Uncle Chazz? Nice. All right, so yeah, I think this is my buddy. I'll go to the comments. I'll put it out there so everybody can see. That is my soon to be, I guess, step nephew or nephew, whatever you want to call it, Jeff. He's in Texas. What's up, Jeff? I'll star you. One of my favorites. All right, we can get back to why we had a hiatus. So, like I said, I was a little sick. Cough, speaking wasn't good. So that stopped me for a little bit. Then about a couple weeks, maybe a month later, we found out, Beth and I, that we had to move. We were offered to stay in our condo. Our landlord was selling, but we decided not to stay. So we went into we got to move mode, and everything was shut down. So that's most of it. And then we moved in, and we moved here to Carteret from Island. So liking it here, honestly, it's a great neighborhood, great town so far, so good. We did have a bit of a tragedy 3 weeks later. A cat, I'm sure you've seen them. If you're Facebook friends with me or Beth, you saw many, many pictures of our cat Boo. And unfortunately, he did not take the move very well. He got sick within, I'd say, 2 to 3 weeks. Wasn't eating. Long story short, he passed on about, I think it was the day after Father's Day. It was kind of sort of upsetting. And then we had a good thing. 2 days later, Nate graduated high school from John F. Kennedy High School in Island. So then, he's getting everything together with trying to get the computer up and things going. Work was busy. Any Cary people that are watching, they understand. They know that I've been busy, and as well as everybody else. We've just been absolutely hammered with doing this, that, and everything else in between. So that's really the reason for the hiatus. But I have for the last month, I've been itching to talk. Obviously, sports has been at the forefront of a lot of things going on. And so I'll get to this to start. The Yankees, my opinion, what to do and where to go with 7 days to go in the trading deadline. First things first, we got to get healthy. There's no question about we need healthy. Judge has got to come back. Cortez has got to come back. Bader came back last night or 2 nights ago. Did well on Saturday and Sunday. Anybody else? We're done. He's the other one. We just got to get healthy. Our record's 53-47. We're 8.5 games out of first. We're better than mostly everybody in the league except for anybody in our division. Hell, we're a half game over Minnesota, who's first place in the Central. They're 53-48. We're a half a game ahead of them. I mean, now, if you know or don't know, the run differential is the key to why the Yankees have not done very well all this year. They've scored 440 runs in 100 games, and they've given up 425. They have a difference of plus 15. Not good for a team that is the second highest paid team, but because you've had a lot of different players that are extensively hurt, that hurts. And most fans should get that. Unfortunately, the Yankee fans who are younger, the Yankee fans who have never witnessed the championship since 2009, I can see why you're upset. I'm on the side of we're not dead yet. We're 2 games out of a wild card spot. We get our pitching down, we'll figure it out. We don't have bullpen issues. We just have to make sure our bullpens aren't overwhelmed. I'm not that worried. Yankee fans, any Yankee fans that watch, don't get worried. Don't be worried. If September were in the same spot, 8.5 out, that could be a problem. September 1st, 8.5 out, yes, I understand. Okay, I'm going to stick with the Mets stick with the Yankees for a little bit. Should the Yankees be sellers for the first time in Cashman's tenure? Now, this came out a couple of days ago, and I'm sure it's been answered multiple times on radio. I'm going to answer now, hell no. Do not sell. There's no reason. I mean, we're kind of thin on our minor league, people, kids that we got. Let's go with what we got. I mean, heck, Jason Dominguez is still in Somerset. I mean, he's a slow process kid. I mean, now granted, we got him at 16. He's now 22, so we've had him for 6 years in the minors. Yeah, and Volpe's up, so there's 1 and 2 right there of who's in our minor league, system. Well, we might need one more pitcher, and honestly, I'll say it now because I have it down farther. I really think Ohtani would be that guy. I just don't know what we could give up. I've been lambasted and killed on Facebook. I think it was last week when I actually even suggested it, or I made a post or a comment that we can get Ohtani for this, and this. The only one I don't want to get rid of is Volpe. I'm actually willing to give up Dominguez to get him. I just don't know if is Cashman willing to do that. Dominguez, we have outfielders. We don't need another outfielder. Florial can play. We don't need another outfielder. We need infielders. We need pitching. Donaldson is done. Okay, that's why I didn't even talk about his injury. He needs to go. It's been my opinion for the longest time. I think even before the hiatus, I was done with Donaldson. And I'm glad to see Aaron Hicks finally gone. Sorry I wasn't online to mention that. I was ecstatic when Hicks is gone. And Baltimore, you love Hicks, you can have him. I don't understand he's been batting great for us. Yeah, he hit 3 home runs and he's batting .215. Yeah, probably. I'm assuming, but I can't be that far off. So, like I said, don't be a seller. Cashman better not sell in the next 7 days, unless it's Ohtani, and don't even go selling too much. That's how I'm going to leave it at that. So, NJ.com reported a couple days ago, actually it might have been yesterday, Yankees are adding Andy Pettitte as an advisor before the final push for the playoffs. Thank God. I don't know if this was upper management, if this was the owner, if it was Hal. I hope it was Hal, honestly. I hope it's, and that DJ's, whispering to somebody. Derek Jeter has already said he wants Ohtani. Derek Jeter's put it out there that he thinks that the Yankees can get Ohtani. And that, I think he said it on Fox Sports, where they Alex Rodriguez and Big Papi and Kevin somebody, I forget his name. Kevin Burkhardt. So I hope DJ is in Cashman's ear. I don't think so, because they've had this tumultuous relationship. If you've seen everything that Jeter and Cashman have gone through over the last 25 years, including the Jeter myopic that ESPN had, similar to Jordan's, which was honestly, in my opinion, better than Jordan's, but maybe I'm being a little biased because I'm a Yankee fan. But I think Jeter has the right ideals to be a general manager, has the right ideas to have the ideas to build a team. Can he run a team? Obviously, it didn't work out in Miami, but he was just probably in the wrong town. He's in the wrong market. I don't know who you can have in Miami because everybody keeps running away. Nobody can own a team in Miami. But to bring Andy Pettitte back is, I think, the first key to the cog of let's bring back Bernie, let's bring back Jorge, let's bring back Tino, let's bring back, you name the 96 team, bring Soho back, bring Louis Soho back. No problem with that. Let's get this going. We need to start winning, and we need to start winning now. Because, and I'm going to get to this in a couple of minutes, guess who we got tomorrow? And guess who we got next week? It's got to be now. We need a winning streak. We need we need to be 20-5 in the next 25 games. I think 20-5 gets us to 73-52. That's a better look in 25 games than anything else. I hope to God Boone can get to these guys. Maybe Pettitte can get to the pitching staff. Maybe Pettitte's the person they need to be getting to number 2 through 5. Garrett Cole doesn't need a pitching coach. Garrett Cole needs his brain to be on point. Garrett Cole is closest to a machine as the two guys in Queens. So I'm not worried about this pitching staff. Once they click, and hopefully it'll click in October. That will be the click that we need in October. All right, let's go to the opposite side of the league, or opposite side of New York. My opinion on what the Mets should do, and then what they should do in the next 7 days. Well, let's go to what's their record? Hold on. 46-53. 18.5 games out of first place behind Atlanta. That's way worse than what the Yankees are dealing with. And they're projected to get 80 wins. Yeah, okay. They're going to need to win a lot more to do that, too. More than the Yankees, I hate to say this, they need Ohtani. The Mets, the only way to do anything in this season is to get Ohtani, because he gives you that DH role. He gives you that third pitcher. You put Scherzer and Verlander ahead of him, and you make Ohtani 3. And hell, pitch him with a 6-day. Do it a 6 days so it makes him comfortable. You got Cookie. Although he pitched like crap yesterday, you still got Cookie. Or every once in a while, put Peterson out there. I just think Ohtani's the guy. That should be the only person. There's like a 20-person group that are trade bait, and Ohtani's number 1. I think that's the only way the Mets do anything that looks like semblance of a possibility of a playoff run. Anything else? It's just it boggles my mind. Let's see. Another comment. Let's see. Love it so far. It was great seeing Anthony Volpe with the Patriots last year. Yep, me too. I saw him last year too. I even got pictures on my Facebook page of Volpe. So, all right. Honestly, like I said, and I'll do a little tidbit of what I'm going to do a little bit later. Michael Kay said something on the K-Rod cast that I was watching last night with Alex Rodriguez. He had Don LaGreca on, and they were talking about how the Mets can, make the playoffs. And Michael Kay, being the optimist he's usually never, said that he thinks the Mets have a shot. And honestly, the only way I think he has a shot is is with Ohtani. Simple as that. Now, then I give Don LeGrec a lot of credit as a Mets fan. He thinks they're done. I don't even think he thinks if Ohtani comes, they have a shot. But let's be real. Here's the reason why the Mets are doing so bad. And it was displayed yesterday. They talked about this yesterday. You have 4 players in your lineup that are 70 points or worse than last year in their batting average. That's disgusting. That's pathetic. And it's 3 to 4 guys who are your top players. They can't be doing that. They just can't. It's pitiful. Another comment. Let's see. Mets need a big spark like that. The rest of the team will fall in that. I don't disagree. Start today. I don't. They do need. They need that jump, but who's going to do it? I mean, when Pete Alonso was batting 230 or 220, I think it might have been 225. McNeil, yeah, he's the one who batted 340 last year. He's batting 270. That's bad. DJ's doing that, but thankfully he's like one of the few. The other guys are just new and they can't hit over 210, and they're rookies. Pete Alonso, not a rookie. McNeil, not a rookie. I mean, they got the big contracts, and Alonso's going to get it whether he bats 220 or 260 because he can hit the home runs. What hurt them, honestly, is the fact that, and I think Beth mentioned this yesterday, is that Edwin Diaz. That's 4 to 5 wins right there that you don't have because Edwin Diaz isn't there. And then you have to flip-flop whatever closer you got. The Mets are in a free fall unless they get Ohtani. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to stick to that. I'm sure I'm going to get ripped. Someone's going to rip me. A Met fan, a non-Met fan, that's fine. I got my opinion. I'll stick to it. So I saw this. It might have been on the Athletic or MLB. Oh, it was MLB.com. John Morosi. Giants among teams interested in Mets of Verlander. No trade clause. As if the no trade clause is waived. Honestly, I don't think Verlander's going to want to leave. I think he's happy. I think he's retiring him. I just don't think he's going to go back and forth. It's not something that an older guy like him would probably want to do. So, in that hindsight, maybe unless the Giants give, a glorious amount of, rookie or minor league guys, I just don't see that happening. So, like I said, I talked about Mets. Okay, now tomorrow and Wednesday, Mets at Yankees. This house is going to be rocking. Whether it's one side or the other, going to be yelling at the TV. I don't know who won the last ones. Maybe someone can tell me who won the last one. I'm done looking up on my computer who won the previous 2. I think the Yankees won the first, or at least 1 or 2. They might have split. So I'm hoping we at least split. I don't know who we got going tomorrow. I haven't looked. Actually, let's see what the schedule is. I can do that. Schedule for tomorrow. No, not Monday, Tuesday. Let's see. Mets at Yankees. Herman versus Verlander. Oh, there we go. Speaking of Verlander. So Herman versus Verlander. Now, obviously, we know Herman. He's hit or miss. He's either a no-hitter or he's giving up 6 home runs. So, but we're home. But that, again, doesn't mean anything. We need to hit Verlander. The Yankees need to hit. There's still no Judge. And we just got kids. Besides not Donaldson, but besides LeMahieu and God knows who else, because now Torres, is it Torres or I forget who it is. We need to hit. Volpe needs to get out of this slump. I love Volpe. He's turning into Derek Jeter for year 1. Remember Derek year one until the playoffs really wasn't good. He had his issues. Most of his fielding, but he had his issues. So, and then let's see what Wednesday is. Wednesday. Look at that. Rodon, who's 0-3, going against Quintana. Wow. I'm going to predict that game 10-8. You pick them. It's either Yankees or Mets. Quintana versus Rodon. Wow. Unless Rodon can throw a 3-hitter in 6 innings, I don't know. I'm hoping the Yankees come out 2-0, but we'll see. And like I said, from going beyond, the Yankees need to start winning. I'm going to be there on August 3rd. My brother got me a ticket. My nephew's going to be walking the field with his baseball team on the field on August 3rd against the Houston Astros. So I get to see Altuve. Yay me. And hopefully I get to see another guy. I'm going to have to message him down the road, Mr. Brian Hawk. He wrote the book 62. I bought his book. I've been messaging him to try to get him to sign it. Who knows? Maybe he'll be. He said he'll be there. So we'll see. Another comment. Let's see. Yankees get 2 dingers in the first inning. Verlander goes maybe 4. Maybe. I'm guessing you're a Met fan. Start today. So yeah, it's possible. I mean, absolutely possible. I mean, as long as Giancarlo is 1, 2, or 3 in the first inning, he'll get that home run. So, but we'll see. Now I got a little issue. So it kind of goes back to the All-Star game, and I'm going to flip to that real quick. You know what? I'll go to that first. So obviously it was 2 weeks ago. Okay, All-Star Game Home Run Derby. And this goes more to the Home Run Derby. I think we're done with the Home Run Derby as it is. I think we really need to go to a system like it was, where it's the top 4 guys, and one will place 4 and 2 place 3, and go from there. We don't need 8. It takes too long. Okay? I'd even be okay with a system of 3-out innings. Like kind of like going back to the late 50s, early 60s TV show that was a called Home Run Derby. I think we're done. It's too much. It takes too long. I mean, I was falling asleep or I was looking on Facebook. I mean, it got boring, and I'll leave it at that because there was other issues I had. Not saying it here. But I did have an issue with, and even in the All-Star game, well, actually the All-Star game I don't think I had too much of an issue because they did okay with what they did. I'm becoming not a big fan of Eduardo Perez of ESPN and how he calls a game and talks about a game and even prepares for a game. I remember him early in his career, very good, very prepared. All of a sudden, he's slipping. I don't know what. He's talking too much. Maybe he's saying the wrong things. I don't know. It's annoying me. He's turning into the Joe Buck of ESPN. Although Joe Buck is now on ESPN, but when Joe Buck was on Fox, that's what Eduardo Perez is going. Is how he is for me, and that's what leads me to this. Because the KRI Chazz versus Sunday Night Baseball crew. I think I forget who the main guy is, and I know David Cohn is part of that too, and I love David Cohn. He can be a great analyst. He can get lazy isn't the right word because his voice is monotone. His voice just stays the same all the time. He doesn't have that, but he has a lot of knowledge, so it does help. But honestly, the K-Rod cast with Michael Kay and Alex Rodriguez, with the guests that they get on a weekly basis when they do the K-Rod cast, so much better. If they got Roger Clemens every game, so be it. He's a good guest. He talks. He knows what to say. I having Don LaGreca for the first time last night and had him for three half innings. That was great to see. That was great to listen to. I had the video, the rant that he did. It had to be a few months back when Michael wasn't in, and someone was complaining about how he did the show, and he just went off on a 5-minute rant that he did this without Michael. He did this without Michael. He did this. It's brilliant. He is the king of rants. If you've never seen a Don LaGreca rant, you're missing out. YouTube has tons of them, I'm sure. I mean, the man is a genius. The man needs to be in the Radio Broadcast Hall of Fame at some point, if he isn't already. I think I know Michael is. I'm pretty sure Michael is. And of course, I'm obviously leaving off Peter, but Peter wasn't there. Peter's on his honeymoon. If you don't know who Peter Rosenberg is, he's the third guy of the Michael K. Show. So that's, that type of talking and that type of, knowledge, at least for me, it gets me through a game that I'm watching on TV. It's unfortunately yesterday, Keith Hernandez had bad signal at his house. How ESPN did not have somebody over there to assist him at the time. I mean, if the spaceman, Bill Lee, and I only know him very little. I don't know much about the spaceman, but he was very entertaining in the ninth inning. I mean, that's something that impresses me. It is when they can get people like that. All right, so we got other baseball trades. Like I said, there's other guys. I just don't see who else there really could be. Other than, and I'll go to this, it's either Ohtani or it's Juan Soto out of the Padres. Padres aren't doing great either. And they could move him. Now, there's a lot of suitors, and the top suitor coming out of that for Juan Soto, from what I'm hearing, is Texas. The Rangers, amazingly, without Jacob deGrom, is doing amazingly well. So that Juan Soto could change a complete pennant race. There's no doubt in my mind. He could go to the Mets somehow and completely change the pennant race. The Yankees not so well. The Yankees probably too, but I don't think we have to give too much up for Soto. At least Ohtani, you're getting a dual threat. So there's a lot of little other guys, little pieces that will be 4-5s in certain pitching place areas or replacing other guys in other areas. And the places are coming out. There's the Chicago White Sox, St. Louis Cardinals, all the teams that are at the very bottom, and St. Louis is the shocker. They're even talking about the pitcher that the Yankees traded to St. Louis a year ago for Bader. Well, we could take him back. I'd be okay with that. A lefty in New York. We all got righties. Yeah, I'll take that too. So, all right. I think I should mention, and I think we all need to honor Fred McGriff and Scott Rowland and congratulate them on being inducted to Cooperstown to the Baseball Hall of Fame. That's an impressive thing. And honestly, McGriff, if you hadn't heard, he is going in with no team on his hat because he played for 5 teams and won with 2. So there's really not one team you can give him to be on his hat. Now, Scott Rowland apparently played more, which I find interesting because I thought he was a Philly mostly. He was a Cardinal mostly, so he's going in as a St. Louis Cardinal. So good for them. I'm sure in December we'll start talking about who's going to be on the new the new list for next year's Cooperstown. I think there's some other guys. There's some Frick Award winner that it's for writing and stuff like that. So that's that. Now tomorrow, a little update for people who live in New Jersey. Starting tomorrow, July 25th, Jason Dominguez, who's the minor league number 42 prospect, and the Somerset Patriots will host Jackson Holiday, the number 1 prospect in minor leagues, and the Bowie Bay Sox. Tomorrow they start at 12:05. The next 2 games are at 7:05, and I think they play 5 games this week, so starting tomorrow. So that's pretty damn impressive. I mean, I wish I could be there. I mean, 7:05 ones I could probably be there, but it's better. It depends what I have to do. But I want to save money for next week's game, so that's where I want to save money for. But that's, if anybody goes to that they could take pictures, and I'd love to see it. Is Jason Dominguez? I cannot wait to see that guy. As long as we don't have to trade him. All right, I think I'm done with baseball. 31 minutes. Wow, baseball almost 31 minutes, including my hiatus. Okay, so now let's go to football. Football's coming, guys. Everybody, training camp started. Jets started last week, if I'm correct, and the Giants and 27 other teams will start on Wednesday. Football's here. Are you ready? I am. I mean, and that might be because I have a football, but we'll get into that at the very end. But I am ready. I cannot wait, other than it's going to get cold. But I love football. That's becoming my favorite sport. I was a baseball kid growing up, baseball guy for a long time, but football has now become kind of the sport I'm watching all year long. And this Giants thing with Saquon bugs the blank out of me. I'm trying not to curse because I do want my kids to actually watch this and pay attention to what Daddy has to say. The Giants, I think, really dropped the ball with Saquon. And I don't mean to be punished with my words, but they're messing with a guy that really could help our season. He doesn't play. We're not winning more than 6 games. We're going 6 and 11. So is that 11? Yeah, 6 and 11. We're going to be the bottom. The Washington, whoever they are going to be over us. The Eagles, I'm going to have to be quiet during Eagle games because we're going to get run over. And Dallas, I know all the Dallas fans are going to say something. Flip Chalk and all those guys. Dallas Cowboy jersey guys. We're not gonna be able to talk because we can't run a ball. I know we signed 2 people. I saw it on Facebook. I don't want to say big whoop because they're better than that. The 2 players that we got are better than that. I'm just not sure they're legit going to take over what Saquon would give us. A healthy Saquon gives us 1,000 yards plus in a year. He was mostly healthy last year. That's why he barely got 1,000. I'm floundering. I said the whole running back thing to begin with. I mean, I'm not sure if anybody ever heard this. Whoever's a sports person like myself heard that the running backs had a Zoom meeting that they were discussing how they should go about these running backs not getting their money. It doesn't look good, guys. This year anyway, it doesn't look good. And conversations I've been having with coworkers and mostly coworkers because not really other people. Other people I talked to on Facebook. I haven't talked to bowlers in a while. Because I always take the summer off. We're basically talking about we're fantasy football guys. A lot of us, at work. And the one thing we talk about, and and we're ruling right now, is where do we pick our running backs? Because generally you've picked running backs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way through 8 or 9 in the first round. And I know that's not a thing for Saquon or the Giants or whatever, but it does rub a little with fans. And I'm not saying that they should think about it, but they should be on the back of their minds that the fans, whether they're fans who come to the game or fans who pay money to gamble, to bet, to this, to that, they're not thinking about their fans. And that's a problem. Wow, I'm talking way too much. I need to guess those guys. Somebody's got to help me. Anyway, so right now with what the Giants are going through, it's really unknown right now. Let's get to the Jets. And right now, I don't know any other Jet fans, but Beth's sister Mary, they're your Jets. We'll talk about your Jets right now. And I'm going to compliment them a little bit more than I expected. I think Aaron Rodgers is legit. I think he's going to give you 2+ wins easy. So you're looking like 10, 11 wins at least in that division. And I think I kind of said it, that I think you're going to be tops in that division, which means you have to get more than 11. You got to get 13. And someone on NFL Network about 2 weeks ago, when they were doing win, loss, win, loss, loss, win, gave the Jets 13 wins. Actually, it might have been ESPN, but one of the two. Either way, I think it's theoretically possible the Jets could get 13 wins this year, just as of right now. And that's a long shot, but that's just as of right now. I mean, and they got a whole team. You know, I think the one caveat, one bad thing that I've seen so far was yesterday. I saw their coach talk about how great Aaron Rodgers was throwing. He had some great passes. Oh, and Wilson had some great passes. I'm like, why do we care about what Wilson is throwing? He's not your quarterback. Yes, he's the backup if Aaron Rodgers, God forbid, gets hurt. He's coming in. But he's not your quarterback. Nobody cares what Wilson is throwing. That's a you care. That's not a we care. Jet fans, please tell me I'm wrong that we shouldn't care. And that you should. I don't think we should care. It's not a big deal. All right. I think I'm done with that for now because I'm going to get more into that in the coming weeks. Wow, I got a frog in my throat. Okay. Next, 37 minutes. Okay, on. All right. Commanders getting a name change. Why are they getting a name change? Because they have a new owner. Snyder, bye-bye. See you later. Nice to know you. Not really. Dan Snyder is gone. And one of the I think he's the minority owner. I don't know if he's the majority. I doubt he's a majority, but he had to sell his part of the Dodgers to get in this, from what I understand. Magic Johnson owns part of the Washington Commanders and has stated publicly that he wants to, change the name. You know what? I'm just not a fan of changing names four times out of 5 years. So, that being the case, I get it. All right, I lost my eyes. That's okay. Maybe they'll come back. Maybe somebody else will come on. That's not a big deal. So I know I get a lot of views from after the show. Okay, next. NFL news and notes. I don't think I have anything else other than I do have 2 news and notes. So, Philly, 97.3 FM ESPN in Philly, Josh Hennig reported, according to NFL executives, coaches, and scouts, that Dallas Goedert is a top 5 tight end in the NFL today. I got to thinking about this. We have Jason Travis Kelce, and the guy in Baltimore, I'd have to look him up. I'm forgetting his name. They say voters surveyed ranked Goddard as the 4th best out of 5, which I need to know who 2 and 3 are, because I don't even know who 2 and 3 are, and it's not telling me. I guess I'll have to figure it out another time. But if the NFL is that depleted, that Dallas Goedert of the Philadelphia Eagles is a top 5 tight end, then there's going to be a couple rookies that pop up. I'm telling you right now, and just a matter of who, we'll see. But I'll get back more on this one because I got to research to see if there's more than Hennick. I don't even know who the Giants tight end is at the moment. I know we were in flux with that, and I think the Jets got a decent one. So, all right, next NFL note, and last actually of the NFL notes. Nyheim Hines from the Buffalo Bills set to miss the entire 2023 season after a jet ski accident results in an ACL injury. That sucks. What's worse, and I read into this a little bit, is that it wasn't like he was skiing. He was sitting, and this is, I'm quoting here, sitting stationary on a jet ski when he was struck by another rider. Talk about dumb luck. Oh, I mean that. And he was said to be their punter and like number 3 or 4 receiver. And that's a guy that he gets at least a touchdown a game. I mean, he would have been easily is it fifth, 6th, 7th round pick for a fantasy draft. I'm just shocked. You know, it's a stunning, shocking ski accident that it sucks for him more than anything else, and hopefully he'll recover for next year. Bills can't get they just can't get lucky. You know, they just never the past few years they're always like the Cinderella. They always are one step behind. You know, it's I don't know. Something about those Bills, I just don't get it. All right, going to a little harder subject, so bear with me with some words I say. And any children, including my children, you might want to cover your ears. So this annoyed me. Pat Fitzgerald, Northwestern's football coach, fired amid sexual harassment allegations. How are we still going through this? How is this still happening? It's frustrating as hell that these guys feel that they're you know what doesn't stink. This needs to stop. This needs almost there needs to be a cleansing of the college ranks. I mean, this really needs to be figured out. I mean, maybe we go to a 4-system party of teams. 20 teams here, 20 teams here, 20 teams here, 20. We just got to figure it out somehow. That there's got to be a better sense of accountability. In Northwestern, it's a small school. It's not a, and it's gotten bigger because of one person, Mike Greenberg. Mike Greenberg is the reason that they're even on the map, because he talks about them constantly. When he references them, this, that, and everything else. And it's sad that now that they got to deal with this. You know, I know innocent before proven guilty, but there's a lot I read about this that if he's innocent, someone's lying big time. All right, now this might bore people, or this might interest people. I mean, it's big to me a little bit. The NBA doing an in-season tournament. I don't have the rules or whatnot. It was a thing that came out last week. And it seems like they're going to start the season in tournament mode. And then they win a trophy, and then they go into the regular season. I don't know how that works, but that's what they're doing. So, albeit for me to tell them what to do, since I'm a Knicks fan and we just haven't done anything in the last 20 years other than 2013. So, okay, NBA, let's see how this works. Now, I need to shut some people up, okay? And I'm sorry, whoever I piss off on this, honestly, I feel you're wrong. And I'm going to say it. Michael Jordan is better. He is more of a king, more of a GOAT than LeBron James will ever be. This is my rant. LeBron James is no king. When you lose as many as you win and more, okay, let's not go to the good stuff. And you're talking about, oh well, I've been to 10 championships or 9 championships. You still lost more than you won. Michael Jordan with Scottie Pippen and a cast of good basketball players won 6 straight. 3-3. Obviously, there was 2 years in between. He went 6-0. Did not lose a series. Did not lose a year when he had those players on his team. LeBron went to 3 teams. And he went to 1 team twice. I'm sorry. I get everybody who's been seeing LeBron from 2000 on. I get it. Completely get it. You don't know the Michael Jordan experience. You can only YouTube it. I'm telling you, YouTube it more and more. Look at the games he played before 1990. Look at the games he played after 1990. Michael Jordan stepped up his game. Do me a favor. Watch the movie Air. Okay. Pay attention to what Michael Jordan did. Watch if you can, if you're 18 or over, I implore you to watch the Michael Jordan biopic that he had before Derek had his. And I'm just talking basketball. I'm not talking his life. I'm talking basketball. He is the GOAT. It kills me to say it because he killed my team. I mean, we only won because he was out of the league. We made the finals in 94 because he was out of the league. We beat Pippen by himself. That's why they had to go get Kukoc. We beat, and 95 we were there too for a little bit. And then we got back in 99 when he was gone. See, New York could get there when Jordan was gone. And we couldn't get there without. Jordan stifled the New York Knicks and other teams in his way to win 6 out of 8 championships in the 90s. Done. I don't want to hear any other argument. Michael Jordan's better than LeBron James. Period. And I hope I'm getting some clapping for this because I'm done trying to defend a man who I didn't like. He killed my team. Now, this is another one I have that I have an issue with. The Mount Rushmore of NBA. LeBron should not be in it. Maybe not even the second tier of Mount Rushmore. I'm going to tell you who my Mount Rushmore is. I'm going to go in order. Number 1 is Bill Russell. Number 2 is Michael Jordan. Number 3 is Magic Johnson. Number 4 is Kobe Bryant. And it hurts me to pick Kobe, but he was just that much better. Because the other guys I could have said Oscar Robertson, Jerry West, Will Chamberlain, Larry Bird, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Stockton, Malone, thinking somebody in Washington Bullets. I cannot think of his name. Unseld, Wes Unseld, if I'm correct. That was another one. There are guys that are up there. But I think LeBron might be in the top, the second, maybe the third, at the best the third. He's the third tier of those guys. He's in the third Mount Rushmore. Not the first, definitely not the first, and probably not the second. So stop putting LeBron where he doesn't deserve to be. I will argue with anybody. I have the stats, not just here. I have it up here. I've seen Michael Jordan play. I've seen LeBron James play. I've seen Kobe play. I've seen Shaq. Best center. Well, and he was the last best center. I'm sorry for Vlade Divac. I think Dwight Howard. Shaq was the best in our era. And he's probably in the second or third tier. All right. Let's see. I'm going to go an hour and a half. I can say it already. So I did get to see Oppenheimer this weekend. Very good flick. If you haven't seen it and you're into historical movies, you're into movies that have a lot of explosions and the theater explodes with it, this movie's for you. I mean, if in an historical, atmosphere, I tell you, where is it? Oh, the players in this movie, brilliant acting. Cillian Murphy. You know Cillian Murphy if you watch the Batman movies with Christian Bale. Cillian Murphy played the Scarecrow character, the bad guy. This doesn't look like him. This is a much older Cillian Murphy. He played Oppenheimer. He played Robert, and I don't even know who this man was. I knew he was a real person. Not even through school. You know how I heard about him? Big Bang Theory. Sheldon used to talk about Oppenheimer all the time. He was part of the script. All these different scientists were part of the script. Oppenheimer was part of the script. Now, also in this movie, and who played really well, Emily Blunt was Kitty Oppenheimer, Robert Oppenheimer's wife. Interesting role for her. I'm not going to give too much away. Interesting role for her. Robert Downey Jr. Didn't know he was in this one. Had no clue walking into the theater knowing that he was in this. He played Senator, no, not Senator, but he was supposed Lewis Strauss. He was president of Princeton, I think, at one point, at least according to the movie. I didn't check if in reality of what he was, but he wasn't. Obviously, this is based off of reality. Also in this, Tony Goldwyn. You probably know Tony Goldwyn from, I want to say it was an ABC show, Shonda Rhimes, where he was Scandal. I think it was called Scandal. Also in Kenneth Branagh plays a small role, plays Niels Bohr. Niels Bohr, I believe, is also another one of those scientists, but it's a key role in this movie, even though it's a small role. Another one that a lot of people may not know, but if you've watched 10 Things I Hate About You, and it's a weird link that he's in this movie and he was in that movie. If you know David Krumholtz, he plays a key role in this movie as Isidore Rabbi. He's a close friend to Oppenheimer. And he was in a movie from years ago called 10 Things I Hate About You. He played the friend to Levitt in that, where he actually becomes William Shakespeare and gets the girl in a Shakespeare, and she wasn't going to go to the prom, and she does. So that's David Krumholtz. Everybody else, I mean, it's a lot of people I don't necessarily know. You might know more by face than you know anything else, and they're all small roles. But like I said, as a whole, another one I forgot. I apologize if she ever watches this. Florence Pugh, an amazing role in what she did. If you've read about, her role in this, you know what I'm talking about. You got to see it. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't bring the kids. It's got to be 17 and up. I had my 19-year-old stepson sitting right next to me, and I'm thinking some of these scenes, I was like, what's he looking at? It's a little risque, but it's real. And they're trying to make this as real as possible. And it was a long movie. It was 2.5 hours. So be prepared to sit there. 2 comments. I didn't even see this. This is how much I'm talking. I'm not even paying attention. Let's see. Was a C mask? What? Want to see my mask? What mask? I don't even know what you're talking about. Start today. I have no. Your mask. You have to be more specific on what mask you're talking about. So I skipped over something. So I will get back to it. So I think that's my Oppenheimer talk. Okay, so I know what's going on right now. I have it all on above me. WWE Raw tonight is on, and also SummerSlam is in Detroit either this weekend or next. I think it's this weekend, but I think it's not one of the 2 weekends. So apparently Logan Paul's supposed to appear tonight, and I gotta say, I'm not a fan of him as a person. But if you've seen Logan Paul wrestle, if you've seen how he performs in the wrestling ring, you will learn to respect what this kid does. I'm wondering if he'll become a character. We'll see. I don't know. But he's here to confront, who's he? Oh, Ricochet. Okay. And Ricochet's one of those. Ricochet. Okay. Now I know why they got him against Ricochet. Because those two did a leap against each other in I forget what match. It might have been a Royal Rumble type match. And they collided into each other. It was an amazing feat. And you're not a WWE fan. I apologize. Here's the comment. Let's see. Scarecrow. Oh yeah, that's right. Scarecrow quote the movie. That's right. Want to see? Okay, I forgot that quote. Yeah, I know certain quotes. I don't know every quote. I'm getting better at that. But "As You Wish" is my favorite quote. Okay, start today. "As You Wish." What movie is that? Tell me. I'm curious if you know that. Anyway, I'll wait for that comment. All right, let's get back. Let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah, Raw. Okay, so and then Becky Lynch has to fight Zoe Stark today. To get to Trish Stratus. Let me let's put it this way. Love Trish Stratus. She's my favorite all-time WWE women's / diva wrestler. But she's going to get her butt kicked. I don't know why she came back. Maybe it's, it is. I don't know. But Zoe Stark, good wrestler. But Becky Lynch, the man, she should win. Becky Lynch is, if not better than Ronda Rousey, she's up there with her. I mean, they're like A and B. And then don't forget Rodriguez. I forget her name. Rachel Rodriguez, I believe is. She's becoming one of my favorites right now. She's absolutely becoming one of my favorites. Oh, it was Vader to the Empire? No. No, it's Princess Bride, dude. Princess Bride. Anyway. Yeah, Princess Bride. If you ever started today, if you've ever seen Princess Bride, dude, if you haven't seen it, I suggest you see it. It's a great movie. Probably one of my top 5 all time. Where was I? See, I'm getting into movies. I'm forgetting where I was. Okay. So SummerSlam is in Detroit. I can't wait for that. I mean, and then you got Drew McIntyre. I do apologize. Raw tonight. Drew McIntyre is going to face Intercontinental Champion Gunther. Gunther has been the Intercontinental Champion for a while, just like Roman Reigns has been champion for 3 years. Gunther's been there for a while. He's going to get unseated at some point, and it's probably going to be Drew McIntyre who does it. That's just my opinion. I know other wrestling guys will probably say something different, but that's fine. I wait to hear what they have to say because I know they're watching WWE right now. All right, so I'll talk about this real quick. So, Asbury Park Press was reporting that Oceanport is bracing for New Jersey high-state gamble to allow condos in a hotel in Monmouth Park. This is close to me because I grew up there. I grew up in Eatontown. And this is going to really screw up the traffic there. I brace with them in spirit because I don't understand how this is going to be a thing. But, you know what? we'll see. We'll absolutely see. Okay. Now, I let go of IMDb and I got to bring it back. And there's this movie I was talking about with friends, and I looked it up, my coworkers, and I didn't realize the people that were in this movie. Long story short, there's a lot of movies I didn't see. But a 1983 movie called The Outsiders, there's cast members obviously you remember, but there's also ones you don't. And I didn't know were in this movie. It kills me to think that I forgot. Okay, I don't know why I'm going in and out. I'm not hitting the thing or anything. So we know Matt Dillon was in it. Ralph Macchio, they were in it. Patrick Swayze was one of the older brother. Rob Lowe, Soda Pop Curtis. Now, excuse me if I'm wrong. I don't remember Emilio Estevez in this movie. Two-Bit Matthews, don't remember. Here's another one. Tom Cruise as Steve Randall. I really got to watch this movie again. I don't remember. Diane Lane was Cherry Van. Diane Lane, Superman's mother, played in this as Cherry Valance. Leif Garrett, I think I remember seeing him. And I think there was a couple others that kind of shocked me. Sofia Coppola, the daughter of the director, was in this as a little girl. I mean, she got a lot of roles as a little girl, didn't she? Oh, that's why I thought it was his movie. Francis Ford Coppola was his movie. So, yeah, Tom Cruise and Estevez kind of shocked me that they were in this movie. I mean, they must have had a bit role because I really don't remember either one of them. But I'm going to try and start this Throwback Monday, movie of the week, because you know what, we're 40 years out of the 80s. There's a lot of 80 movies we forgot that I could look up. So, on the verge of stupid news, Elon Musk rebrands Twitter as X and replaces the bird logo. Are we going to be able to commit this guy? I mean, this is just stupid. The bird has been there for so long. Why is an X any better? It's the rebrand is weird. And there's no definition behind it. So, Elon Musk, you're definitely getting weirder as you get older. All right. Now, this I haven't looked too much into because I'm not a fan of The Bachelor. I'm not a fan of The Bachelorette. Okay? Most of that real TV or reality TV that everybody seems to love. Only reality TV I like is WWE. And you know what, that's scripted. So it is what it is. And maybe a music show here and there in the beginning. I'm not big on voting for people, and it's not my thing. Especially now, I got better things to do. But this piqued my interest. Gary, I had to look it up. I thought it was Jerry. Gary Turner. Apparently, this guy's got some money, and I might actually take interest. We'll see. I'll let you know going forward if this interests me or not. Hopefully not, but weirder things have interested me in my life. Next, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Oregon state legislators recently sent a bill to the governor's desk that if signed, would make New Jersey the last state where motorists cannot pump their own gas. I'm ready to start pumping my gas. In New Jersey, Murphy signed the bill. Send it over. Send it to Murphy to get it signed. I'm ready. I'm absolutely ready. But here's the thing. You know what you can do? And I think I saw it when I read it. Is that make it half and half. Make it where some lanes, so you're gonna have to have a bigger area for your gas station. Have it half and half self and half not. half full serve, self-serve and full serve, have it half and half. It can be done. And you don't take out the people you already have. You just don't hire anymore until one leaves. I mean, it's in my opinion, that's the better angle to go. I tell you, it screwed me up going the first time I left this state back in 2000. I drove down to Virginia. I made two mistakes. First, I didn't know how to, pump gas. That was not shown to me, as a growing adult, because it never needed to be shown. Number two, this is the funny one. What do we do in New Jersey when we go to make a left? We go to make a right at the jug handle. That's what I did in some town in Virginia at 11 o'clock at night. I go to make a right and looking for the jug handle when there was two left-hand lanes. Thank God there was nobody on the road and I could just do a U-turn. All right, a couple more things here. So this is from me. My whole high school, I am promoting Joe Barrett. Class of 25 is eighth on the top 10 junior watch list for the U.S. cross country. Good for this kid. I'm going to start trying to do that where I promote. I know my old alma mater. If there's other people that want to show off something that their alma mater kids are doing, let's do it. I have no problem talking about it, or showing it off at least. A little, recognition is always a good thing for any of these kids. So Joe Barrett, congratulations. Keep going forward, man. All right. So I don't know who's watching me now, but if anybody's in New Jersey, and I know Jeff in Texas have probably already gotten this, triple-digit heat coming our way in New Jersey with thunderstorms later in the week. I'm not trying to be your meteorologist. I'm just trying to forewarn. It's going to be hot. Be ready. Be prepared. And I know I have to do this because, as you can see, I'm drinking soda. I'm not drinking water. But guess what? It's water later this week. All day, every day. Because it's going to be bad, especially in the warehouse I work. Forget it. Anybody who works in a warehouse, make sure you have water on your hip. Okay? So, this is the sad one that I wanted to put first, but I just didn't feel like I could. Tony Bennett passed away this past weekend. MTV had a big memorial for him with playing every video he possibly could have been in on their station for 3 straight days. I'm not sure if you noticed that. I did, is I was hoping to watch either Ridiculousness or something else, 90s Nation. But yeah, it was Tony Bennett all day, all night. But I tell you, one thing I did that I'm not sure anybody else had to do or wanted to do or has already done, I downloaded almost all his music onto my iTunes. He's got some really good songs. He was a crooner. He'll definitely be missed, but his music will live on forever. I mean, he was one of the best when it came to things he did. I mean, and the fact that Frank Sinatra said he was the best singer he ever heard, that means something. When that man who was in his time one of the greatest singers said that Tony Bennett was, that means something. Okay, so doing birthdays. So I'm going to do celebrities first because I only got 2 friend birthdays today. So these are the birthdays for today, celebrity-wise. Jennifer Lopez. The best-looking girl that's not my girl. Let's put it that way. Jennifer Lopez, 54 years old today, and oh my God, 54. I have no other words to say but that. Kristen Chenoweth, I can't believe she's 55, but she still looks pretty good for 55. Tori Wilson. You don't know who Tori Wilson is because you don't know WWE. Tori Wilson used to wrestle like Trish Stratus. She was that era. And she's 48, so she's only a year and a half older than me. Kadeem Harrison. Anybody know who Kadeem Harrison is? I'd be curious if you did. If you don't, you might remember the Cosby days, the Cosby years. He was, now I'm forgetting. No, I'm not forgetting. A Different World. He was on a TV show that branched off of the Cosby show called A Different World. So Kadeem Hardison, 58 years old. Barry Bonds, the cheater, with 74 home runs with the asterisk, the mental asterisk that we all have. Turned 59 today. Rick Fox. I don't know if he's known for more being the NBA basketball player from the Lakers who won a few rings with them, or the ex-husband of Vivica A. I might go with the second more than the basketball player. But he's 54. Karl Malone. He was mostly a Utah Jazz until he went to LA. Everybody goes to LA to get a championship, apparently. That's in the NBA. So Karl Malone did that too. He went to LA to get a championship. He turned 60 today. And the oldest, best-looking woman, I think today, minus Sophia Loren, Linda Carter, 72 years old. Wow. What a hottie. That's all I got to say on that. And then there's two others. My former UPS coworker, Matthew Beers, I think I played baseball with him too. I apologize if I'm getting it wrong, Matt. And I mean baseball when we were adults, not like when you were a teenager and I was an adult. But he did work at UPS too. I think the one in Edison when I was there for the 9 years or 6 years I was there. And Brian Ainsley, I don't know your age, I apologize, but he's a hometown friend from Eatontown. There's a lot of us from Eatontown that I still talk to here and there and connect to. Okay, what's on tonight besides WWE Raw? Probably not much. I don't know what's on Monday nights in the summer. And I don't pay attention. Usually I go to my Peacock or Paramount Plus or Apple Plus or whatever because I'm not doing cable anymore other than YouTube TV. That's how YouTube TV, it's got a lot of good stuff. Although it did take out SNY. So that's a little bit of a bummer for Beth. Excuse me. But I can't even get yes anyway. I have to pay for it. Unless I go to Amazon, and then even on Amazon, if it's weird, if it's like some type of other thing that I can't get it, it's just frustrating. So, but okay. Now this is last but not least, and I'm not sure who you are, who's watching, or anybody else who will be watching. And I did this last year at the end of the year, so a lot of people didn't know. Now I'm doing this in the beginning. So this is it's my football pool. It's called the Chazz K's 2023-2024 NFL Confidence Pool. It's on poolholes.com. If you have any interest, what it is, or what it is and you want in, you want to get your friends in, you want to get your family in, you want to get your coworkers in, I can fit 1,000 people in this. Okay, I don't suspect I could do that, at least not at this moment. But theoretically, I could fit 1,000 people. I had 37 last year. I think I could do 100 easily right now with this venue and other venues, other ways to market. So, like I said, if you're interested, please email me, chazzworldT@gmail.com for details. It's obviously week one is coming up. We got probably 45 or days or so. All right. That's it. That's it for today. I'm glad to be back. I've been dying to talk. I did my rant. I was happy. I think I got more to say, but once the trading deadline comes, remember next week is the trading deadline. So I'm probably going to be on same time, 8 o'clock, and hopefully we'll have some results and we'll be able to talk about that. All right. And like I said from the beginning, really? There we go. If you like what you see or hear, click the subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner. That'll be all for tonight. Go Yankees tomorrow and Wednesday. We need to win. Sorry, Mets. Sorry, Beth. Sorry, Porcelana family. And any other Mets fan that's watching, I apologize, but guess what? Go Yankees. Adios.